The biggest stories of the week. And Brianna Lyman from The Federalist is here to help us out. Let's start with this. The Democrat in Virginia's attorney general race forced to apologize after facing backlash for his texts calling for the assassination of the state's former Speaker of the House over a political disagreement, saying, quote, three people, 2 bullets, Gilbert, Hitler, Pol Pot. Gilbert gets 2 bullets to the head. Spoiler, put Gilbert in the crew with the 2 worst people you know, and he receives both bullets every time. Amazing.
Charlie, if you go back to 2019, Democrats in Virginia were literally tripping over themselves. They said Governor Ralph Northam had to resign because of a decades-old yearbook photo. And those same Democrats are largely silent on some of the most egregious texts I have ever read. And the fact that this man may soon have one of the highest positions in law enforcement in Virginia and fantasizes about murdering Republicans, what does that mean if he gets in this position of power for conservatives? We know he already wants them dead. Is he going to use the justice system to put them in jail in the meantime?
And of course,
Democrats and Republicans are condemning old text messages that emerged from Democratic candidate Jay Jones.
Jay Jones, the Democratic nominee for Virginia Attorney General, is accused of sending a former legislative colleague text suggesting he would like to shoot the Speaker of the House of Delegates.
Quote, Gilbert gets 2 bullets to the head.
Quote, he wished Gilbert's wife could watch her own child die in her arms so that Gilbert might reconsider his political views.
Jay Jones wished violence on the children of a colleague.
How can Virginians trust a man who said something so horrific so callously? Isn't that type of rhetoric disqualifying for someone who's seeking statewide office here in Virginia?
I wish that I hadn't done it. I wish I hadn't said it.
It is disgusting and unbecoming of a public official.
Jones is facing calls now to step down from the race. Some say he's not fit to serve as Attorney General.
Yeah, that is Jay Jones, who is running to be Attorney General in Virginia. Just absolutely disgusting stuff. Absolutely disgusting stuff to want to be basically in law enforcement as an Attorney General and wishing that Republicans were shot. Especially considering, what recently happened a little over a month ago now, which is crazy to think. Time is just flying by. But anyway, rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. But especially when you consider that backdrop, to have someone who was running for office to say something like that is just absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. Wild stuff, man. And also, here's a crazy thing as well. But this is what we typically see from the Democrat Party. They run cover, right? Or from mainstream media. I mean, I guess they're the same. The mainstream media is an arm of the Democrat Party. Mainstream media continuously runs cover for the Democrat Party. I want you guys to check this chart out that shows how much airtime this scandal has gotten from these different networks. Look at that. Look at that. Now, if that had been a Republican, how much airtime do you think that story would have gotten on each one of these networks? Like, let's be honest. They would run it non-stop.
Substantial race in an off-year election. 63 seconds coverage on NBC. Nothing on the other 2 big networks, nothing on PBS. It's like this never happened.
Well, that is not surprising in any way because most of the corporate media view their job as existing to help out the Democrat Party with their campaigns. And so it happens on literally every issue.
Yep, exactly. Literally every issue. Our mainstream media is no longer the news anymore. It's not the news. It's not the news. It's Democrat propaganda. That is all it is. Because they won't run that story because it is a Democrat involved. But they will run lies time after time after time again. Perfect example. When Trump said, hey, if I lose for the auto industry, it's going to be a bloodbath. You guys remember that? He was talking about the auto industry and how if he lost, it was going to be a bloodbath for the auto industry. Mainstream media ran that non-stop. And you know what they did? They didn't play the part where he was talking about the auto industry, so people had some context as far as what exactly he was talking about. All they played was basically, if I lose, it's going to be a bloodbath. That's all they played. And they ran it over and over and over and over and over again. They did the same thing with the comedian, right? You guys remember the comedian at the rally? Was that Trump's last rally? I can't remember. But when the comedian made the joke about Puerto Rico, oh my goodness, see what Trump said? And it wasn't even Trump that said it, first off, but that's what they claimed. And two, it was a joke. It was a joke that actually had a little bit of truth involved in it, because when you did some research, you found out that Puerto Rico actually did have a bunch of issues with their garbage. They were having issues with it. So, you know, they will run lies about Republicans 24/7, but won't give a legitimate story, a huge story, a massive story, the coverage that it deserves. Absolutely crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. And I'm so happy that they lost. But as you can see, they're still doubling down on that same strategy, even after losing a big election. Now, I want to get to the governor's race in Virginia. I know we're pretty far in, but I had to play that first little bit to lead into this, because that question is going to come up in this debate, because Virginia had their governor's debate between Winsome Sears and Abigail Spanberger. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. And I want you guys to take a listen to this first question that she was asked, and pay close attention to how she answers it, because considering the fact that she's a Democrat, I would have expected this, because this is how Democrats always answer questions. Check it out.
Rescind the Youngkin administration policy requiring boys and girls to use bathrooms aligning with their biological sex. You have 30 seconds.
My priority would be to ensure that local communities, importantly parents and teachers and educators, are able to work together to meet the unique needs of each school and each community. And that is important. And I say that as a mother of 3 daughters in Virginia public schools.
Exactly.
And as someone who used to investigate crimes against children. The way that we keep our children safe is by ensuring they are safe in schools, which includes funding law enforcement and public safety.
But Ms. Spanberger, the question was, would you rescind the Youngkin administration policy requiring boys and girls to use bathrooms aligning with their biological sex? You have 15 seconds to clarify that question.
Yes, and my answer is that in each local community, decisions should be made between parents and educators and teachers in each community. It shouldn't be dictated by politicians.
Couldn't even answer a simple question. Couldn't answer it. Yeah. And that's a recurring, that was a recurring theme in this debate between Abigail Spanberger and Winsome Sears. You know, she dodged any and every even resembling of a tough question possible. She dodged every single one. Dodged it. I mean, like, my goodness. I want to play this next clip. Check it out. This is absolutely embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing.
I didn't hear an answer there on the endorsement issue, so I want to just make sure. Will you continue to endorse Jay Jones to be the next Attorney General of Virginia? And were you aware of these text messages before they released? You have 30 seconds.
Jay Jones is the guy that you guys saw at the beginning of this video, the guy who's running, the Democrat who's running to be Attorney General of Virginia, that said that he wanted to see some bullets put in some Republicans. This is part of the reason why I played the clip, so you guys had a little bit of context on why she's being asked this question right here.
Released, you have 30 seconds.
In fact, it appears that it was the those who released the text messages and held them for years. So the public was unaware who had knowledge of these text messages for many years.
What did you do about it?
I learned of these text messages the day that they came out, and I denounced them as soon as I learned of them.
She denounces murder.
And
Ms. Earl Sayers,
importantly, at this point, as we move forward, the voters now have this information that was withheld for them,
You're running to
presumably
be
for
Ms. Earl
political
Sayers, please.
reasons. But the voters now have the information, and it is up to voters to make an individual choice based on this information.
Ms. Bamberger, I understand what you're saying about the voters, but for you yourself, do you still continue to endorse Jay Jones? 15 seconds, yes or no?
We are all running our individual races. I believe my opponent has said that about her lieutenant governor nominee.
Ms. Earl Sayers,
and it's
Ms. Earl
up
Sayers.
to every person to make their own decision. I am running my race to serve Virginia, and that is what I intend to do.
Thank you, Ms. Bamberger. We just want to clarify, what you're saying is that as of now, you still endorse Jay Jones as Attorney General.
I'm saying as of now, it's up to every voter to make their own individual decision. I am running for governor. I am accountable for the words that I say, for the acts that I take, for the policies that I have put out.
Thank you.
I am responsible for the policies I put out and the work I will endeavor to do tirelessly for the people of Virginia.
Thank you, Ms.
Couldn't even denounce that guy. Couldn't do it. Couldn't be bothered to do it. The guy who said he wanted to put bullets in Republicans couldn't say, yeah, nah, he probably shouldn't be Attorney General. Absolutely not. She couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. I think that says a lot about who this woman really is. I think it says a lot. Here's another clip from that debate, this absolutely embarrassing debate by this Democrat. Check it out.
Well, I think as everybody knows, I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian before I'm a Republican, and I'm
Yes, ma'am.
required to forgive people. And it's hard sometimes when somebody has abused you, etc., but it's something you must do, because not to forgive is almost like, as someone said, you drink poison thinking that it's going to affect the other person. And I want to live a decent life, and I don't want to not have peace in my life. And so as I've said before, I would not say that. So that's why I'm wondering why my opponent won't say, beyond it's abhorrent and disgusting, why she won't say it is not okay and that he must leave the race, because Jay Jones advocated the murder, Abigail, the murder of a man, a former speaker, as well as his children who were 2 and 5 years old. You have little girls. What would it take him pulling the trigger? Is that what would do it? And then you would say he needs to get out of the race? Abigail, you have nothing to say? Abigail, what if he said it about your 3 children? Is that when you would say he should get out of the race, Abigail?
Did y'all notice the smile on her face? Did y'all see that? Where was it? Hold on. She she smirks for a second.
Take him pulling the trigger? Is that what would do it? And then you would say he needs to get out of the race? Abigail, you have nothing to say?
Right there.
Abigail, what if he said it about your 3 children? Is that when you would say he should get out of the race, Abigail?
This woman can't be governor, bro. There's something real I don't know, seems a little demonic to me. Like you smirked at that? That's what you decided to smirk at? And the fact that you can't just simply say, yeah, nah, bro, yeah, we nobody should be endorsing anyone who says anything crazy like that. You can't simply say that? Because of politics? You can't simply denounce that simply because of politics? Because you're afraid to anger your base or something? I don't know. Or maybe you actually believe in it. Maybe you think he was right. Either way, that's crazy to me. That you possibly could be a governor of an entire state with an attorney general who advocates for putting Republicans 6 feet in the dirt. That is absolutely wild to me, and I think everyone needed to see that clip. Now, we do have some good news coming out of that race, and I want to show you guys this really quickly. Let me put this up on the screen right here. So, deep red Virginia counties are currently beating Democrat counties in early voter turnout by 6.4%. Deep red counties, there is a 71.6% turnout, while deep blue counties are at 65.2%. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you live in Virginia, I'm going to need you to get up off your behind and make sure you participate. Okay? You do not want that woman, put her back on the screen. You don't want this woman to be your governor. You will most certainly regret that. So I'm going to need every Virginian to get up off your butt and make sure you participate. All right? Make sure you participate and take somebody with you. All right? Because this is just absolutely crazy. Do me a huge favor. Make sure you guys hit that like button for the algorithm. Leave a comment as well. Helps out with the algorithm. And make sure you guys share this video. It's the arrow button down below. You can copy the link, paste it anywhere and everywhere you like, because every Virginian needs to see this stuff, because this is just absolutely wild. Absolutely wild and disgusting at that. So with that being said, y'all let me know your thoughts and your opinions. Stay safe out there. Peace.